Hey Radio, and everybody else who happens to see this, but specifically this is for RadioMan03 for his Medieval Engineers series that he's doing. Offered to show him a design for using a cart to transfer stuff from one place to another, and this is just a quick video to show him how that could be done, one way that it could be done. I'll take you for a walk around first and tell you all the different parts. Obviously the cart part there and the tracks that the cart run in. That's pretty straightforward, just a couple of sort of J's for it to sit in. Make it too high, but remember to leave some clearance here for the winch part. So this is the winch that will pull the cart towards us at this end. This, if you like to just think of this as a belt drive, is probably the easiest way to explain it. It runs from that all the way down here to this end, to this particular what do you call them? Belt thing, excuse the technical term, rope thing. The ropes are attached from that to this end of the cart, and then similarly at this end. And then to operate it, all you do is highlight that, Shift F to move it in one direction. Whoops. Try that again. Shift F to move it down that way, and then just the F, holding the F key or the Shift F key to bring it back this way. So that's simplistically how it works. There's a few tricky bits that I'll show you during the build, but I just wanted to show you the overall thing first off before we get into that. Okay, so this is the form that you need to put in place to hold the winch and everything in place. Then what you're going to use is these catch blocks. On this side, use just a normal catch block. And then on this side, use a one extended catch block. And then you use the winch, put that into position. Now, with putting this into position, select, hang on, let's get rid of that for a second. Select the winch in your hand and put it in place like so, and at the other end, which I haven't undone this, but at this end, when you put the winch in place, you need to turn it twice to get it the other way around. So the reason for that is that the winch at this end will, if you think of this as taking the rope across the top of the drum, and therefore will turn that way. Whereas at the other end, because we've turned the winch around, it will take it from the bottom that way. That's probably as clear as I can explain, but what we're trying to do is we're trying to get this to be able to go in two different directions. So once we've got this, we then need to just add a little bit to it to bring it past the edge here. So we add 3 to that. then that's with a round timber. Then a normal timber, we're going to make the cross piece. So we need 3. Oops, wrong way. We need a 3 that way. Now here's the next tricky bit. Select a size 1 in the middle. Hold the control key down and drag across so that you have the 3 pieces. Well, 2 pieces, one on either side, like so. And what that does is make sure that the orientation of all of these is exactly the same. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to put on the rope eye plates. Again, what we're going to do is we're going to hold down the control key and then shift left click and put them down 3 here. And when I release the left mouse button, I'm going to keep the control key pressed. And then I'm going to go over here and I'm going to put the 3 across that way. Then you can just empty your hand, go in and take that middle one out. Okay, and what again that does is it makes sure that all of these plates are facing and in exactly the right rotation. So I'm going to build it again down here. Oops, first of all I'll get rid of that rope. To get rid of a rope off something, you just have to hold the rope in your hand and right click it and it will remove it like that. Give you a little countdown as well. Okay, so I should have actually taken this one off because it's already been rotated, so therefore the orientation is all wrong. So we're going to get rid of all of this and that one as well. Okay, so we're going to start off again with the eye blocks. We're going to put the extended catch block here and we're going to put a normal catch block on this side. Then we're going to take the drum and we're going to turn it twice so that it's 180 degrees different to the one at that end. We're going to come down here, we're going to select our timbers. Oops, forgot to add that. Add on our 3 there so that it comes out past the edge. Now we're going to go to normal timbers, add our 3, come down to size 1, control, left click. It's better if you hold the control key, not the shift. Empty hand. 3 and control, left click and drag so that we have 3 there. Select our eyes and do the same, the control, left click and drag. You've sometimes got to move a little bit to the side. Holding the control key down still, we put the other ones on. And empty hand and get rid of the middle one. Now we select a rope and all we do is we match this one, which is the top, to this one, which is the top. Bottom goes to bottom, right goes to right, and I'll see if you can guess where the left one goes. Okay, so we're now fully connected and we can check to make sure, after we put our handle on, so we just put our little handle on there and that should be cooking with gas. Okay, empty hand, and all we're going to do is just see that both of these drums are actually rotating. So that's fine, that's nice and smooth. Okay, Now the next tricky bit that you need to remember is, if I can get in there, get in there, there we go. Make sure your cart is at the furthest point away that you want to go, and then connect up your rope to there. Alright, then we're going to go up here. Whoops, we're going to run into that tree. And we are going to empty hand again, F, and take the cart all the way down to the other end. Now you'll notice I've got these little blocks here. That stops the cart from getting all the way to the end and potentially snapping the bit off here from the rope. So now we go back to the rope again. We take this and we connect it to the rope drum, and this time with an empty hand we're going to hold the shift and F together, and I've boo-booed by the look of that. Oh no, there we go. And that's how it works. Now, Shift F should take it back the other way. No, it's not. Okay. This drum is obviously in the wrong direction. So that's fine. As long as these are still connected with the ropes to the other end, you can remove this. Select it again. Let's try it that way. Empty hand. And we'll try Shift F. No, we'll try F. Oops, a daisy. Shift F, take the tension out of it. The other thing that's really helpful to remember to do is actually connect up the rope. So that would probably be why that didn't work. It's very late and I've spent all day trying to work all of this out, so I'm very tired. That's my excuse anyway. Okay, so Shift F. No, and F is just going to try and bring it this way, so that's not what we want. We'll take a little bit of the tension out of that. So obviously the way we had that drum didn't rotate correctly again. So F, empty hand, F, remove 6, and this time we're going to turn it around and try again, remembering to connect the rope. Okay. It's a bit of trial and error sometimes in these. There we go. Alright, so that's down to, to that end. And just straight F, holding the F key down, brings it back this way. So there you go. And then you just build the tracks. So these tracks up the side of the hill, sort of like I've done here. This was a prototype that, well, let's just say it didn't end well. I was trying to use a different process. However, there you go. Now, I will continue to work on, because I actually want to know whether we can do a cable car for you. So I'm going to try and see if I can work out how to do that, but I wanted to get you this at least so that you knew what was going to be possible and could, you know, make a decision as to whether or not that's the way you wanted to go. Alright, so I'll pop this up on YouTube tonight, and it should be there for you your time, you know, tomorrow-ish. And let me know if it's been any help to you and to anybody else as well. So this is Tosh signing off, and have a good night.